Hello, I'm Hansa Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Denden Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now our captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the reggae girls out there. They ain't believing us. Ja did. Reggae girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm represent for the reggae girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the reggae girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica supporting every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansa Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
My Talawers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. Less than 24 hours ago, I think, or 24 hours on the dot since I gave you guys my last live stream. Thank you guys again for showing me some support on last night's live stream. I've had some time to think. I think that's my best live stream yet. For me personally, maybe you guys will disagree. You guys probably have other live streams that you enjoyed more, but I think last night definitely, if it's not my favorite, I probably need to do some deeper thinking. Definitely, without a doubt, it is one of my favorite live streams. I'm still trying to figure out why that is. Maybe it was because of the topic of the conversation, a little bit more lighthearted. But I don't know. Either way, definitely my favorite live stream. Big up yourself there, Paul. I hope you are well. Conroy, big up yourself as well, Conroy. All you guys there in the comment section, I hope you are in good health. As for the guys who are silently watching along, I hope you guys are in good health as well. So we're going to be continuing with the same format, similar to the last couple of weekends where I spoke about the Reggae Girls and the Reggae Boys performing for their respective clubs. So we're going to be keeping the tempo the same. I'm going to switch up a little bit. We're going to be talking about some actions there in the WSL top tier of women's football in England. We're going to be looking at top tier of women's football across a few respective leagues in Europe and also in Asia and in the United States as well. And we're also going to be looking at those respective leagues there where the Reggae Boys are concerned, Premier League, Championship, League One, and elsewhere as well. So that is how I am looking. But similar to last night's show was centered around Mikel Antonio. Tonight's show is centered around Leon Bailey. The main focus of tonight's show is Leon Bailey. I've had some thoughts, given this some thought, and I thought, okay, makes perfect sense to make Bailey the central focus. So allow me to get started. And with that said, I need to go ahead and bring up my shared screen so we can look at a couple results together and I can talk you guys through the results there where our Reggae Girls and Reggae Boys are concerned. Let's start things over in the WSL. If I can find the WSL, that is looking a little bit tricky, but I think I have managed to Yeah, pull it up. Okay, so let's go look at the WSL. A couple of reggae girls play across the English football pyramid that is, but I think you guys have managed to figure that one out by now. Let's just select a team, random order. I guess I can just go from like top to bottom. They're actually in the perfect order as it relates to the reggae girls, so I guess I could just go ahead and start things off with Tottenham. That's Tottenham Hotspurs, White Half of North London, and that is the club belonging to Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer. Good news there in terms of minutes accumulated. Spencer there between the sticks, firmly between the sticks for Tottenham. Drew Spence in the heart of the midfield with the arrow pointing down. Clearly, that's an indication that she was substituted off at some point during the game. I'll go ahead and see if I can get that substitution up there for you. And you can see she was substituted quite late on into the second half, the 77th minute to be exact. That's when Drew Spence was substituted. This game, a cracking match if you're a neutral. I know it is Tottenham. Maybe I don't think many of you actually support Tottenham. I think a couple of the guys support Tottenham, but I'm aware that some of you support other teams. But a bit like myself, I'm sure you want the girls to do well, irrespective of not being Tottenham supporters. Some good news there. Could have ended badly, but thankfully up stepped Beth England. And it's a scoreline that pretty much reads for itself. But if you don't want to read it, I'll go ahead and read it for you. Drew Spence and Rebecca Spencer and Tottenham secured a point through Beth England's injury time equalizer, drawing 2-2 against Aston Villa. Gripping game there. Again, if you are a neutral, you can see the goal there came inside the 90+ minute from Beth England to salvage a point for Tottenham Hotspurs. Next team in sight is the Foxes, and that is Leicester City. Not exactly the reading that we were expecting in terms of the result. That is information that you guys are keenly waiting on. I'm aware. Don't worry, I got you covered. Chantal Swaby, you can see there another game on the trot, and she watched on from the bench, unfortunately, as the Foxes suffered a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Arsenal. For context, Chantal Swaby has already made her debut for Leicester City. Not the official debut. I'll show you the debut in a second, but she has played some matches there for the Foxes since signing for them in the summer. This summer, that is, signed to Leicester City from FC Flohy in France. And she has already, as I said, debuted for Leicester City only in friendlies during the preseason training sessions there. She played against, I believe, against West Ham and also coincidentally against Manchester City. So a little mini Reggae Girls derby down under in Australia. Manchester City and Leicester City were down under in Australia on a little Australia mini tour. So she's already made her debut, just not her official debut. Next club in line is Manchester City and Brighton. And this one reads for itself. I would go ahead and play the video there in front of you, but unfortunately I can't because it will result in a copyright violation. I'm sure you guys don't want that to happen, and neither do I. So if you want to play it, however, you could just go ahead and search for today's results in your own time, and you could go ahead and catch Bunny Shaw's goal. As you can see there, she netted inside the 44th minute. And with that, Bunny Shaw opened her account for the 2024-2025 Barclays Women's Super League campaign as Manchester City defeated Brighton 1-0 to register their first league win of the season. And with that, this is how the table is looking. 2 games played across the board for our respective Reggae Girls and their clubs apiece. Chelsea, last season's current holders, they won the WSL title last season, doing so on the final day. And they are out in front, 6 points in the bag, 2 games played, 2 wins, tied with Manchester United. Manchester United also sitting on 6 points. There should be some goal difference there. Yes, there is. The goal difference for Chelsea, they have 8, Manchester United have 4. Spurs also have 4. Spurs are sitting on 4 points, firmly in third position. Ahead of their North London rivals, who also sit on 4, Arsenal with a goal difference of 1, and they are closely followed by another team also sitting on 4 points, Manchester City, and they have a goal difference of 1. I'm sure it's not going to stay 1-1 where Arsenal and Manchester City are concerned as the season goes on. I'm sure they're going to be letting those goals fly against their opponents. Do keep your eyes peeled, and I will be certain to keep you guys in the loop. So we could continue with the updates there. Shortly we'll be getting onto the Reggae Boys and their performance for their respective clubs, so do allow me to continue as I am. Next up, we're going to be looking at the Barclays Women's Championship, second tier of women's football in England. I guess we can probably do this one. Should we do it randomly? First team that I can see on the list there is Newcastle. That's the club there belonging to Shania Hales. Good reading if you support Shania Hales and Newcastle. Pretty simple, straight down the middle. Shania Hales and Newcastle United defeated Portsmouth 2-0. I will, like the WSL, look at the table there after I finish wrapping things up with you guys, okay? Another team for us to look at is Charlton Athletic. That is the new club of Atlanta Primus. And we can actually go ahead and look at the starting 11 first before I dive right into the result itself. I know what you guys are searching for. You can see Atlanta there sat on the bench with the upward arrow. Simply means that she was substituted into the game. And here is how it is looking where Charlton are concerned. Let me go down and see if I can find Atlanta. I believe she was substituted on inside the 58th minute, but let me just see if I can bring that up on the screen for you. 58. Yes, there you have it. Atlanta coming into the game for the Addicts inside the 58th minute. A little bit of a backstory there. She's donning the number 35. Same exact number as her dad, who also started off his career. I should say, not also, he started off his career with Charlton. Atlanta didn't start off her career with Charlton, but she's now playing for Charlton. She's on loan for the duration of the season. And let's just see how that one goes. I'm sure lovely little family affair there where Atlanta and her dad and the rest of their family are concerned. Hopefully it goes well for her. And who knows, maybe it might become a permanent move come next summer. And this one, another easy read there. Basically what it means is Charlton secured a 2-0 win over Blackburn Rovers. And as I said, Atlanta came into the game, I should say, from the substitute bench inside the 58 minutes. I think there's another team there. Actually, we don't need to talk about them on tonight's occasion because they didn't really do anything in relation to our Reggae Girls. So the next one there is Sheffield United, the Blades. That's another new club there for club. Currently, we have Jade Bailey and Satara Murray playing for Sheffield United. Upward arrow next to Jade Bailey's name. So I think you guys understand the gist by now. What that means is she was obviously substituted into the match. I'm going to go ahead and bring up that substitution there for you guys. Just bear with me. She was substituted, I believe, in the 62nd minute. But let me just double check that for you. There you have it. Jade Bailey substituted inside the 62nd minute. Not the reading that you guys would have hoped for. Definitely not what I would have hoped for. Good to see Jade Bailey accumulating some minutes there in her tank. But the results read for itself, doesn't it? Jade Bailey came on inside the 62nd minute, but unfortunately Sheffield United suffered a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Southampton. See what you guys are saying there in the comment section. Let me turn my attention to the comment section quickly. Joe Washington. Oh, bless you. How are you? How is school? I hope you're well. Oh, bless him. Oh, I hope you're in good health. I hope school's going well. Mr. Webster, big up yourself. You came to mind when I was thinking of Tottenham. I hope you are in good health there. Mr. Webster, Derek. Good day, Derek. Actually, Derek, no, Derek is Tasia. I just brought up your comments. Hope you are in good health. Bunny on the double. Yes, if touched on Bunny a few times, I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the roundup there where the rest of the Reggae Girls are concerned for their respective leagues. And I think now I am going to be going to I think I'm gonna go to Scotland quickly, guys, see how Sade's game got on. Well, I should say share how Sade's game got on because I already know the result. It's just that I need to share the info with you guys. So Sade, she obviously plays for Scotland up in she plays for Scotland. She obviously plays for Hearts, not Scotland. My apologies. Plays for for Hearts in Scotland, top tier of women's football that is. And you can see that she netted inside these 36 minutes. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. You can see that this was a cup match that she was playing. She was Hearts was playing against Glasgow City. Not the result that we wanted on this occasion. Sade Adamolekun netted a goal for Hearts as the Scottish side fell to a narrow 3-2 defeat against Glasgow City. And what that means is that the Jambos were subsequently knocked out of the Sky Sports Cup. Definitely not what we would have wanted, but hopefully their season will end on a high note. Next, we're going to be going over to Liga F, top tier of women's football in Spain. Few Reggae Girls there, hat-trick of Reggae Girls over in top tier of women's football there in Spain. Random order, who should I bring up first? Who's on my list? Who can I see first? I think I can actually see the Reggae Girls derby there first. I can't see where oh, that's because they played on Friday. So I'm gonna have to actually backtrack because Kayla McKenna's side played in a Madrid derby. So I guess it makes sense to bring that one up for you guys first. Yes, this was Friday night football. And yeah, definitely not the scoreline that you guys would have wanted. Don't shoot the messenger as it relates to Kayla McKenna. You can see there with the upward arrow. She actually came into the game quite late on into the derby that is, and she came on inside the 83rd minute. And by then, the game was pretty much wrapped up. Although Atletico Madrid did score their fourth goal inside the 90 plus minutes. So what that means is that Kayla McKenna came on late into the Madrid derby, again inside the 83rd minute, with Atletico beating Kayla McKenna's Madrid 4-0. And in terms of that Reggae Girls derby there that I touched on with Rio Betis, that is Rio Betis, that is a club belonging to Tiffany Cameron, and Espanyol, that's the team belonging to Trudy Carter. Both players on Saturday's occasion, not today, Saturday's occasion came into the game from the bench. Tiffany Cameron came on inside the 87th minute, and Trudy actually came on just maybe a couple minutes before her. She actually came into the game inside the 72nd minute. Not really much to say about the game itself. It does read for itself. Tiffany Cameron and Trudy Carter came on late into, I should say, in the latter stages of the match as Real Betis and Espanyol shared the points in a stalemate. Not exactly the result that perhaps many of you were hoping for, but for me, points shared, probably prefer points shared than to see one of them suffer a defeat. I don't know how you guys feel about that in the comment section, but do let me know. So that is how things look inside top tier of women's football in Liga F. Another league for us to cast our eyes on is women's football Super League in Turkey. I'm hoping they've actually updated their info. I don't think this one has been updated. Let's give it a refresh. No, it hasn't been updated. You can see this one was played. I believe this match was actually played on Sunday because it's saying yesterday, and I'm now firmly into my Monday morning. And unfortunately, the result it has yet to be updated. I do apologize. I don't have no control over that. I can only give you the information, share the match updates there with you. But moving on, the most important info to share with you guys in terms of Fenerbahce, that's the club for Konya Plummer. Fenerbahce and Konya Plummer, they defeated their opponents 1-0. And what that meant is that the Turkish side have extended their unbeaten run in the league, securing maximum points in the process. They currently sit top of their league, and long may it continue. Be interesting to see if they can hold on and complete a unbeaten season. We've already had Reggae Girls complete unbeaten seasons for their respective clubs elsewhere. Hopefully we can get Konya Plummer and Fenerbahce on that list, joining the rest of her teammates. Also for Charlton Athletic as well, Charlton and Atlanta, that is. Hopefully they can continue their unbeaten run. Would love to see them complete their season unbeaten. Doesn't happen very regularly, but when it does, it's definitely worth a song and dance. Now we're going to sidestep and look at the Portuguese top division. So that is the league itself is actually called Women's National Championship. Not really much to talk about as it relates to Jodie Brown and Benfica. Reason being, they're actually playing on Monday. So they've got some lovely Monday night football coming up there for you. Top tier of women's football in in Portugal. And the club that you should be focused on, as I've already mentioned, is Benfica. League position wise, not looking bad. They're sat in the second position, level on points with their league leaders, 9 points in their back pockets. And they too, like a couple of the other Reggae Girls, they are currently on a unbeaten run, 3 wins in 3. Long may it continue. Where should I go next? I think I might have to step outside of Europe. No, I don't have to step outside of Europe. I think I need to get up another team there for you guys. Big Swaby, time to talk about Big Swaby. If I say Big Swaby, you should know who I'm referring to. That's obviously Alison Swaby. Chantal being the Luca Swaby or Baby Swaby. So, Alison, she plays for AC Milan or Milan. And unfortunately, again, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you can clearly see that she was sat on the bench. But in terms of, let's try and look at the positives here. Alison Swaby's Milan secured a 2-1 victory over Lazio. Yes, I know it's not what we would have wanted. We would have liked to have seen Alison accumulate some minutes there in her tank. I'm sure it won't be like that for the duration of the season. I'm sure things will start to like pick up pace, and she will start to get some necessary minutes under her belt, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Next, I'm going to take a quick little trip to Japan. And Kobe, that is the club there belonging to Vian Sampson. Again, echoing myself because I know a few of you haven't watched my recent live stream, so I'm trying to bring us all up to speed. This result is definitely starting to work more in our favor in terms of upward progression where Kobe and Sampson is concerned. You can see there they are currently sat third in the league. I will go back, but they're on a positive run at the moment. They're on like a 4-game stretch where they have yet to pick up a loss. Long may it continue. That's what we want to see. And their recent game came on Sunday where they beat their opponents 1-0. Before that, though, we had a game. I should say they had a game. Sampson had a game against her previous club, Jeff United, where they shared the point in a 2-2 draw. This was a midweek fixture played last week, Wednesday. So they're on a positive trajectory. Long may it continue. I'm going to go back and look at that league table there for you so we can look at where they're currently sat. But as things stand, undefeated in 4 games there on the trot. And as I said, Vian, I should say, secured a point against her former team, Jeff United. So she seems to be enjoying life in Japan, life in Asia. She's gone from one Japanese club to another. So clearly they're treating her well. Long may that also continue. Another team there for us to look at. I actually don't think they're playing until Member 7. Well, I don't think they're playing until the 1st of October. Let's just go ahead and look at Chinaloo's Ashes team. They play in Liga MX in Mexico, that is, and they actually play tomorrow. So is it tomorrow? Yeah, it says what it says tomorrow for me. So that means they play on Tuesday. Sorry to confuse you guys. I'm already into my Monday morning, so ignore whatever it says on the screen. Tomorrow just basically means Tuesday. So if you want to catch that game, Mazatlan, that is the club belonging to Chinelu Asha, and that is how they're looking there in their in the table. They are situated in 16th. I know, again, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's not my intention, but someone's got to update you guys. I just remember that I didn't look at that table with you guys for Sampson's team. I did say I was going to do it, so let's just go back and let's look at the league standing temporarily, and then I will move on with the rest of the show. And we're going to get on to talking about the Reggae Boys and their performances for their respective clubs. So you can see there, you have Kobe, Vian Sampson's team. They're currently sat in the 3rd position in the WE League top tier of women's football in Japan. Long may it continue. They're on the rise steadily. Hopefully they can just continue to gather momentum, continue that unbeaten stretch. And who knows, anything goes. Football is played on the day. Who else do I have to talk about? I do have some injury updates there where the Reggae Girls are concerned. So I think with that, I actually need to touch base on the NWSL. I need to go over to the National Women's Soccer League. Or better yet, let's just type in Houston Dash. I don't think anyone was expecting Houston Dash to come out on top against Orlando Pride. I'll put some context to that so that you guys understand where I'm coming from. But this is how they're looking. That's the club Houston Dash. They're the club belonging to Havana and also Kiki as well. I'm sure you guys already know because I've mentioned it on my show before that Kiki is back in business, up and running after her foot injury some 5+ months ago. So she's out the woods. Long may it continue. In terms of Havana though, I did notice that she posted something up on Instagram. Let's see if I can get it up for you guys. I don't think I can bring it up on the screen, but let's see if I can bring up that post there from Havana. Again, not the news that you guys would have wanted, but basically she is on the sideline, a bit like her teammate Kiki, who was formerly on the sideline. She's not there now. Speed this one up for you guys. Havana sent out a post on Instagram some 4 days ago, and it reads, "This season ended sooner than I prepared for. Life doesn't always go to plan, or it doesn't always go to your plan. True, that's facts." She says, we get so set on the way, then things should be that we miss so much of what is. Basically what she's talking about, I'll allow you guys to go ahead and read that caption there for you guys, is that she is basically, as I said, on the injury bench. She recently picked up a injury, and it is reported that she picked up a knee injury there. I'm going to try and see if I can do some digging around and add some more clarity to that. But the post there is on Instagram from Havana some 4 days ago. I'm still looking at it, guys, seeing if I can pull out anything that I could share with you guys. Okay, so she's got 3 things that probably I can go ahead and read out with for you all. It says, 3 things I know for sure. What's meant to be will be. 2, I am exactly where I am supposed to be. And 3, what is meant for me will not pass me. She sounds like she has some firm religious belief. I don't know. I don't know her personally, but it does sound like she has some firm religious belief there. What I can say though, there with her caption, I'll allow you guys to read that in your own time. Clearly, she has a clear mind, which is what you want to see when players pick up injuries. You don't want them to fall into, sometimes, it's probably inevitable dark places, but she seems like she's on the right track, thinking positively. That is, I don't know if you put that down solely to her as a player, or to her as a player and also the people around her in terms of her club, her teammates, and also her loved ones as well. But she seems to be taking this untimely news well, and that's clearly what we want to see. So speedy recovery there to Havana. Unfortunately, she has picked up what is reported to be a knee injury. It does seem like surgery went well. She's got her thumbs up. Seems like she was in the she was at the hospital. Not sure how long ago this was, but the post that I'm looking at was from some 4 days ago. Clearly, she was in the hospital. So surgery seems to have gone well. I'm assuming this is post-surgery, but I'm not too sure. But anyways, I will keep you guys in the loop. Definitely be keeping you guys in the loop as things progress. And let's go and see what else I have to share with you guys. Yes, Tasia, yeah, yo, you're absolutely right. She is in banging form there. She's actually playing at the moment. So no, she's not playing. The game hasn't kicked off yet. Ignore what I just said. Game hasn't kicked off yet. You've got where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Why can't I bring it up? One moment there, guys. Let me search for something. Let me see if I can bring something up for you guys. Mm. Why can't I see her name? Trying to see if I can screen share something with you guys. Hold on there, guys. I'm so confused. Let's see. So that game there's going to be kicking off in less than 30 minutes, but I can't find what I'm searching for. It's weird. Why can't I see Blackwood's name? Am I being slow or what? I'm gonna keep my eye on that. Yeah, I can't see her name. It's very weird. Very strange, because she's been ever present for UNAM this season. Definitely become like one of their poster girls. I'm gonna watching a video, see if she's part of the team. They're getting off their team bus. So I'm just looking to see if I can spot her on the team bus. Can't see her in the starting 11. What is going on? Let's see if I can try something else. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get over to your Reggae Boys content in a short while. Let's see. Don't think she's playing, guys. I do not think that I don't think she's playing tonight. Don't look like she's playing tonight, guys. Not gonna lie to you, does not look like she's playing tonight. I can't see her in the coming off the team's bench. It's not the team's bench, sorry, the team bus. And that video there was posted some 40 minutes ago, so almost an hour ago. Yeah. I might have to do some digging around where that one is concerned. Yeah, sorry guys, that one threw me off track because I was actually going to be watching this game. So guess I won't be doing that tonight then. All right, so let's see. Go ahead and do what the man says, guys. He's a Spurs fan, but that's probably the worst part about him and being a Spurs fan. He's actually a good person. At heart, he's a good person at heart, despite being a Spurs fan, guys. Trust me on that. Right. So I think we can push on and talk about the rest of the show. Still a little bit disappointed with Den. I'm gonna go and see what that one is all about. Maybe after I close off on the show, and then maybe come back to and share some information if there is anything to share. Maybe I'm just being slow and she's in the starting 11 and I can't see her. But I don't think I'm being slow. I don't think she's in the starting 11. I couldn't see her on the bench neither. Maybe you guys can double check that one for me. Because I did plan on watching that game later on. Anyways, let's get into some Reggae Boys football. Let's talk about some of the Reggae Boys games there. First, I'm going to have to try and see if I can bring up their respective leagues. Okay, all right. So let's start off in the championship, right? Let's go ahead and start off in the championship. Let me look again for Den. She's definitely not there. I know I'm not this slow. She's not there. Yeah, she's not there. I'm second guessing myself, but she's definitely not there. Anyways, let's just go on. Let's just move on with some championship action. Where do I start? Let's click on the league table. Important information there. Should I start off with this match here where West Brom is concerned? I guess it would make sense to do so. I think I should start off where West Brom is concerned, guys. Should I? Let's click on West Brom. Let's see. Let's see where West Brom are concerned. Should I start with West Brom? Actually, no, let's not. Let's go with Hull City instead. I'm gonna go with Hull City instead, guys. Let's start things off on a high and work my way down to West Brom. I will be talking about West Brom for obvious reasons. But let's just talk about Hull City. And for those of you who haven't caught on, we're now looking at the Championship, second tier of men's football in England. Hull City, the new home of KC Palmer, and he's definitely managed to firmly place his feet under the table. Long may it continue. In terms of the information that you guys are searching for, their lineups, I'll give you guys a chance to look at the lineups where KC Palmer is concerned. More importantly, you can see KC Palmer there with the arrow pointing up, which clearly means that he was substituted. I believe he was actually substituted inside the 76 minutes of game time. So let me just bring that up for you guys, and you can see KC Palmer there substituted on inside the 72nd minutes, and it does make for a good occasion where Hull City and KC Palmer are concerned. As I said, KC Palmer substituted inside the 72nd minutes as Hull City recorded back-to-back victories in the championship with a 4-1 win over Cardiff City. Long may that one continue. Next team on my list is supposed to be Luton, the team belonging to Amari Bell. And I checked this result a number of times. I think I might have to go ahead and check it one more time because my eyes, I can't believe my eyes. Can't believe what I'm looking at. Let's go back onto the table and look at Luton. I basically couldn't see what I was searching for. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Luton Town for you guys. They're sat in the 19th position. I'm going to go ahead and look at their Friday night fixture. They played some Friday night football against Plymouth Argyle. Most important information that you guys are searching for though is Amari Bell. Sounds like a bit of a broken record. I've checked this one a number of times. Couldn't see him in the starting 11. Also couldn't spot him on the bench neither. But what I do know is that the game before that, I did tell you guys that he missed the previous match due to an injury. So I'm assuming the injury is the reason why he missed Friday night's occasion. Nevertheless, his team, Luton Town, fell to a 3-1 defeat over against Plymouth Argyle. Another team there for us to look at is the Owls, if I can find them. That is, where are they? That is Sheffield Wednesday. Good and bad news where Sheffield Wednesday is concerned. I did say eventually I would get round to West Brom. Sheffield Wednesday, starting 11. So there's no Deshaun Bernard. I did touch on Deshaun Bernard for his previous game. That one I believe was against Luton Town where he picked up the red card, and so that obviously meant that he missed today's occasion. Unfortunately, Jamal Lowe sat on the bench. But in terms of the news that you guys probably will be beaming and happy to hear is that Jamal Lowe watched on from the bench as Sheffield Wednesday handed league leaders, yes, guys, league leaders, West Brom, their first loss of the season, being the visitors 3-2. And that was the reason why I said I will be getting round to West Brom. So no unbeaten season for West Brom. Unfortunately for them and their fans, they have suffered their first defeat, and that is thanks to the Owls. That's the club belonging to Deshaun Bernard and also Jamal Lowe as well. I'll click on that game that I was talking about in terms of where Deshaun Bernard picked up his red card. You can see there it was against Amari Bell's Luton Town, and he picked that one up on the 21st of September. So that's the reason why he did not play in the match against West Brom. Right. Who else do I have to look at there in the championship? It's another team. I think it's Oxford. I think it is Oxford. Where are Oxford in the championship? I'll go ahead and find Oxford. They must be here somewhere, but I think tiredness is taking over, guys. But Oxford. Where are Oxford? They're somewhere here. There they are. They're in the 11th position. Pretty straightforward reading. For context, Oxford is the club belonging to Greg Lee. Unfortunately, he watched on from the bench. So what that meant with this stalemate against Burnley is that Greg Lee sat on the bench as Oxford United shared the points in a 0-0 draw against Burnley. Another team for us to look at is Coventry. Now, Coventry, that is the club belonging to Latibade. Hopefully, I can find Coventry. My eyes are killing me. There they are. Again, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'll get onto the most important part in terms of minutes accumulated. You can see Joel Lakibode there in the starting 11 for Coventry City with a yellow card to his name. On a bad note, they were tucked away by Leeds United. They suffered a 3-0 defeat on the road to Leeds United. Hopefully, they can brush this defeat off their back and get back to winning ways in their next fixture. Now we are going to be looking at Charlton. Pretty obvious why I'm going to be looking at Charlton. I'm going to look at Charlton and also Verdadon for you guys. If I can get up Charlton, that is. I don't think I can, but let's try another way to look at Charlton. So as I said, I'm going to look at Charlton, and we're also going to be looking at Verdadon. And I think I have a few more teams there to look at before I close off. As I said to you guys, focus of the show is obviously Leon Bailey. So clearly that's an indication that I have some Premier League talk to touch on before I close off on the show. Okay, so stay with me. I'm not going to be keeping you guys for much longer. Charlton, where are Charlton? I think I have to click more matches. Charlton, Stevenage. Now, Charlton, club belonging to not one but two rugged boys. There we have Anderson. Let's see if we can find him there with the downward arrow. Clearly, that means that he was substituted off. I believe he was substituted off inside the 88th minute. So, yeah, there you go. Didn't have to go far. Caroy Anderson, that is substituted off inside the 88th minute. I know you guys are wondering, Kaheem Dixon. I'll give you guys a chance to look at the starting 11. No Kaheem Dixon, also not on the bench as well. We'll get on to Kaheem Dixon. Actually, whilst I'm here, I might as well just pause for a second. The result does read for itself. You don't want to read it, I'll go ahead and read it for you. With the result in front of you, what it means is correct. Anderson and Charlton fell to a narrow 1-0 defeat against Stevenage. And as I said, Anderson was subbed off inside the 88th minute. In terms of Kaheem Dixon, I'm not too worried. Definitely not too worried for the young man. We know he plays maybe feels like it was a long time ago. So perhaps this was, let's see if I can get it up, maybe some 2 weeks ago, Charlton Athletic U21s. Feels like it was a while ago. I'm saying maybe some 2 weeks ago. I don't know, but just to keep you guys on the same page without misleading you all, let's go ahead and look at that Charlton Athletic U21 side there, where our very own Kahim Dixon. It was played on the 20th of September, and Charlton were victorious on that occasion. Goal and assist there from our very own Kahim Dixon. Now, taking that into consideration, some of you are probably eager to see him nail down some first team football. I'm sure you guys want to see him brush shoulders with Anderson in the first team. But for me, it's not really something to worry about. I'm sure he's probably just going through the settlement period, the adjustment period. People probably think that England and Jamaica have much in common. Whilst that might be true, we're also quite different. Don't know if you guys have realized, but we're now no longer in summer, sailing through autumn, going into our winter. So that's something for the young Kahim Dixon to get used to. Probably never spent winter or autumn outside of Jamaica up until now. So that's something for him to get used to. Different environment, different weather, new surroundings. So I think it's probably, as I said, just going through that typical adjustment period. I've already seen him make his debut there for the club that is for the U21s, and I think that's probably how they're going to rope him in. You probably get used to seeing him play for the U21s before he subsequently make that transition into the senior team, or at least that's what we're all hoping for. But definitely for me, no alarm bells, because given the fact that he is young, as I said, a new country, new environment. Football, he's looking at wanting to play men's football. You know, it's very different to playing football in Jamaica. No disrespect to Jamaica, but this is a different level of ball game. So I'm sure as things progress, we will, at least I'm hoping, I should say, can't say I'm sure, I'm hoping that as things progress, you will see him slowly come out of the U21 side and make himself a regular inside the senior team where Charlton Athletic is concerned, rubbing shoulders with his compatriot Anderson. Another club there for us to look at, and this is in the Swiss Super League, is Verdun Sport. That is the club belonging to Dexter Lambakisa. His name slipped my mind there for a second. Now, in the lead up to this particular derby, over a week ago, I think maybe, I can't speak for you guys, but I was anticipating seeing Dexter Lambakisa make his a debut there. Couldn't spot him on the bench. Also couldn't see him in, oh, there he is in the start 11. Didn't spot him earlier on, so there's some good news. You can see their debut in the bag for his new club, Verdun. And that's what I was expecting. Although I didn't spot him earlier on, I did notice that he was part of the training session in the run up to this particular derby. I was hoping that Verdun will get the better of their opponents on last week's occasion, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. In terms of the Dexter Lambakisa, there firmly in the starting 11. In terms of when he was substituted, I'll have to double check this, as I did not spot it earlier on, so I will have to double check that for you guys. But that's some good news there as it relates to Dexter Lambakisa. 33 minutes in the tank. Again, no real alarm bells, considering it is a new league, new setup, new environment, and hopefully things will just continue to get better there for Dexter Lambakisa. They did have a game recently, and that was against Gallon, with Verdun coming out with a 1-0 win inside the 72nd minute. So things are looking up there for Dexter Lambakisa, and long may it continue. I think this was the game there where I was searching for his name and I couldn't find him in the starting 11, nor could I spot him on the substitute bench. But as I said, no real alarm bells. We saw that he was substituted inside, what was that, the 33rd minutes of his debut. I don't really think it's something for us to worry about. I'm sure you guys are familiar with his qualities already. So I'm certain as things progress in terms of the league, that is, I'm sure he will become a regular face, be it in the starting 11 or part of the match day squad. So similar adjustment periods, I think, for Dexter Lambakisa and also Kahim Dixon, respectively, one being in England and one being in Switzerland. But the boys' talent speak for itself. Definitely not something that I'm going to sit down and worry about. I'm sure they're turning things around for their respective clubs in their respective leagues. But as ever, I will keep my eyes peeled as things go along. All right, and keep you guys updated. I think now I need to potentially turn my attention to the Premier League. Let's go ahead and dive right into the Premier League. Let's see if I can get up the results whilst I am at it. Some Premier League results. Still disappointed that I can't see Denisha Blackwood in her. You guys might need to check that one for me because I'm still disappointed. I was going to watch that game, tune into the game, but yeah, that's disappointing. It's kind of thrown me off guard. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at some Premier League football before I close off on the show. And as I said, my main focus, the center of the attention of my topic of conversation, I should say, is Leon Bailey, in case you guys haven't caught wind of that already. Let's go ahead and do some backtracking though, and let's go and start things off on a hi. Let's actually go ahead and reiterate what was said on last night's show. Firmly place the flowers at the feet of Mikel Antonio. And why not? I have another reason to do it, another opportunity to do it. So I'm going to do it again. The post there taken from West Ham United over on X, formerly known as Twitter. It does read for itself. It says, as echoed on the last night's show, the first hammer to reach 100 Premier League goal involvement. Congratulations on another landmark, Mikel Antonio. So do clap for the big man. That's another accolade, individual accolade, firmly placed in his back pocket. I'm sure you guys are aware of the result there in that little Reggae Boys derby, the London derby there between Ethan Pinnock's Brentford and Mikel Antonio's West Ham. You can see Ethan Pinnock there with the number 5, and you can see Mikel Antonio there. He was substituted at some point during the game. But in terms of the positives there, I'll go ahead and bring something up for you all with to show us what you guys want to see in terms of Mikel Antonio. That is, you can see there Mikel Antonio. He was the supplier to Souček's goal, which basically brought the leveler for the Hammers in their London derby against Brentford. So that is where they share the points, thanks to a assist from Mikel Antonio to Thomas Souček. That one ended, as you can see on your screen, 1-1 in what I call it a Reggae Boy derby. Like to see more of that. Would love to see more of that in the league, and we probably will be seeing more of that in the league if injury doesn't interfere with what I would like to see. I don't know what you guys would like to see. It's definitely what I would like to see. Couple of the Reggae Boys facing each other for their respective clubs. So to reiterate, in case you guys missed that, Antonio assisted Souček inside the second half to ensure points were shared in a 1-1 draw against Brentford in a London derby. I'm starting to feel a little bit stuffy, but I think it's because I've got my fan on, and unfortunately I'm not going to turn it off because I can't breathe without the fan. So it's like I can't win. Let's go ahead and look at a couple more games there where Reggae Boys or potential Reggae Boys are concerned. Another team there for us to cast our eyes on is Fulham. Fulham, that is the temporary home of Mr. Reece Nelson. Lineups, I'll give you guys a chance to take a quick glance at the lineup. Your boy isn't there, and that's because he came on as a substitute. So I do have to go ahead and click on some timeline info there for you. He actually came on into the game inside the 69th minute, but I'll allow you guys to look at that for yourself. You can see he came in for Adama Traore, and it's a good reading if you support Fulham, or better yet, if you're a supporter of Reece Nelson. I'm not sure how you guys feel about Reece Nelson. Does the potential of him donning the black, gold, and green jersey for Jamaica, does that get you excited? Is that something that you guys want to see happen? Me, yes. I don't know, maybe it's because his parent club is Arsenal. Would be nice to have a reggae boy playing for the red half of North London. So what that means is, as I've said, Reece Nelson came on inside the 6th and 9th minutes to help Fulham earn a deserved 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest. Now, this is actually a fantastic result, not just beating Nottingham Forest, but in doing so, I might have to go and the Premier League table for you guys to see this one. Let's click on the table and let's look at Fulham. You can see Fulham there, 6 games played, 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 11 points firmly in their back pocket. So what that means is, with the results, the good results there, 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest. With the result, the club have now matched equaled their best ever Premier League start to a season after 6 games played, accumulating, as I've said, 11 points on the board. And so more positives. Sorry if you're a Nottingham Forest fan, but clearly you can look at the league table for yourself. With that result, Reece Nelson's Fulham ended Nottingham Forest's unbeaten start to the Premier League campaign. So I believe, as things stand, there should only be 2 more teams, only 2 teams remaining who are unbeaten. Before going into this weekend's Premier League fixture, you had Manchester City, Arsenal, and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have been wiped out by Reece Nelson's Fulham, and as things stand, the lone survivors for the time being is the current holders of the Premier League, Manchester City, and 3rd place Arsenal. And you can look at the Premier League table for yourself. I guess I could go ahead and read that out for you. In terms of the top 5, leading the charge is Liverpool with 15 points in their back pocket. They are closely followed by Manchester City, sitting on 14 points. 14 points also goes to Arsenal. So Arsenal and Manchester City is sitting on 14 points apiece. City with the better goal difference of 8, Arsenal with 7, Liverpool with a goal difference of 10, and Arsenal are closely followed by the blue half of London, that be it Chelsea. Chelsea have 13 points in their back pocket, and they have a equal goal difference to City. So both City and Chelsea have accumulated a goal difference of 8. Chelsea and Aston Villa, Leon Bailey's Aston Villa, share the points. Aston Villa and Leon Bailey sit with 13 points, and they currently occupy the 5th place position. They have a goal difference of 3. Hopefully, things will change as the season progresses for Leon Bailey's sake. Not so much for Unai Emery and Aston Villa, for obvious reasons. That is so. I am missing out on, I feel like I was supposed to say something, but I'm going to backtrack and look at it. Yes, Aston Villa, this is how this one panned out, because I don't actually think I touched on Aston Villa in terms of their performance. I do apologize. Not sure why Siri's listening to my conversation. Stop. So bear with me, guys. It is coming up to 1 a.m. So I'm a little bit tired, but I'm trying to do my best for you guys. So this result, let's just go ahead and look at the starting 11. I'm sure that's what we're all here for. So you guys are probably all here for Leon Bailey. We're finally landed at the feet of Leon Bailey. I know that's the person that you guys want me to talk about, and I'm going to do exactly that. The results read for itself, doesn't it? Glossing over that, that's a 2-all draw there for Aston Villa and Ipswich. Most important information there is your main man, or the main man, one of Aston Villa's main players, Leon Bailey. He marked his first return to the Villa Premier League starting 11, and that is since his injury there. We know we saw him return to the substitute bench for their match against Young Boys some weeks ago in the Champions League. Though, for memory certain, well, I don't actually think he played in that game. He was just on the bench. But nevertheless, he's made his return to Villa's starting 11. I know you guys are desperate to see him register the full 90 in his locker, but you guys have to just be patient. He is coming back from an injury, so we do have to be patient with Unai Emery and Leon Bailey. Some positives there. He managed to accumulate 64 minutes in his back pockets. But the biggest news that you guys probably already know about, but let's go ahead and echo that some more, is the assist there for Leon Bailey. And definitely something that's worth making a song and dance about. Continuing on from where he left off, I think, in terms of his performance, his applaudable performance from last season. You can see there clearly both Bailey and Ollie Watkins seem to have some sort of a relationship. Long may it continue. Maybe not so much when they play against the red half of London this season round. Maybe on the return leg. But yeah, easy reading there for Leon Bailey and Aston Villa. And what that means, as I've already said, Leon Bailey marked his return to the Villa Premier League starting 11 with a first half assist. This assist there came inside the 32nd minute, and it was assisted to Ollie Watkins. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the assist, but if put it on a plate could be described accurately, then that assist there from Leon Bailey to Ollie Watkins definitely show you what put it on a plate looks like. And it was neatly tucked away by Ollie Watkins. They seem to have this little fruitful relationship going, and hopefully for their sake it does continue. But this game, I don't know how you guys feel about Omari Hutchinson. I sense that some of you are probably a little bit fed up. Don't shoot the messenger. Could potentially maybe be a reggae boy. I don't know how he feels. I don't know the lad personally. But whilst we're talking about reggae boys and potential reggae boys, Amari Hutchinson, actually, he was the player there that assisted the equalizer for Ipswich. You can see there, Ipswich Town found their equalizer inside the 72nd minute, thanks to an assist from Omari Hutchinson. And Liam Delap, I'm going to make you guys feel as old as myself. Liam Delap, that he is the son of Rory Delap. Yes, Rory Delap from the Stoke City days, throwing king. So that is that where Aston Villa and Leon Bailey are concerned for that particular match. They're drawing 2-2 against Ipswich Town. So maybe that's another potential reggae boys for you guys to cheer about. I don't know how you guys feel about Omari Hutchinson. Probably some of you are not a fan of him because you're probably grown a little bit impatient. But I'm going to continue with the praises there for Leon Bailey. Some more info to share with you for Leon Bailey. If my background is disturbing you guys, do let me know and I'll make the necessary adjustments. Right, gonna dive right into it and talk about Leon Bailey because I definitely think he deserves to be talked about, especially with the recent news that is being reported. I should say recent news that was reported some hours ago, which I'm about to share with you guys. You should be able to see this one on the screen in front of you. I'll go ahead and turn my attention to the other screen and I'll read the headline for you all. So, football on TNT Sports. TNT Sports, formerly known as BT Sports, for those of you who are unaware. And their caption reads, and this is taken from their X accounts, formerly known as Twitter. Leon Bailey has as many Premier League assists for Aston Villa as Jack Grealish. So that is 16 assists for Leon Bailey's equal Jack Grealish Premier League record for Aston Villa. Definitely something that is deserving of applause when you think about Jack Grealish and what he meant to Aston Villa and also what he achieved for Aston Villa, but more so for one of our own. That's two players within days of each other, maybe a day apart of each other, who have managed to create some personal records for themselves. The first be it Mikel Antonio breaking his Premier League record there, where West Ham are concerned. Of course, he became the first Hammer to reach 100 Premier League goal contribution, a wonderful landmark. And here you have it, another reggae boy creating individual accolades for themselves. As I said, Leon Bailey now has as many Premier League assists for Aston Villa as Jack Grealish. And it's definitely, as I said to you guys, worthy of praise. I know maybe for some of you, Leon Bailey's a bit like Marmite. I know some of you are not a fan of him because of the lack of, I don't know if lack of ability is the right way to phrase this, but the fact that he hasn't managed to replicate what he has done for, you know, clubs like Bayer Leverkusen, and now what we're seeing him produce for Aston Villa. I know some of you probably got a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth where Leon Bailey is concerned, but I think he's onto something special there with Unai Emery, and it's definitely something that we should most certainly keep our eyes on. So what's that for Leon Bailey in terms of his Premier League record, since we're talking about Leon Bailey equaling Jack Grealish's Premier League assist for Aston Villa? For context, in terms of the Premier League, he's got 91 appearances in his back pocket, 15 goals scored, 16 assists, and I think that's definitely deserved a round of applause. And I say so because there was definitely a time not too long ago when he was playing over previous managers. So I think Dean Smith was one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but most certainly Steven Gerrard, where it looked a little bit sour for Leon Bailey. And if I'm being honest with myself, I thought, okay, he's not going to be making it out of the wood. It didn't seem like it was the right fit for him. Didn't seem like Villa was the right fit for him. Clearly, Leon Bailey wasn't the overarching issue. The issue there was the two previous managers couldn't get the best out of him, but fortunately for him, he's now working under a manager who knows how to maximize his potential and is playing to his full strength. I think it's safe to say that he probably for Aston Villa, because he's flourishing into a wonderful player for them, that at some point maybe under Unai Emery he might have come across, he might have felt like a new signing. He's most certainly, since Unai Emery has taken him under his wing, clearly conversations have been held. Unai Emery touched on a couple of conversations in previous press conferences where he had one-to-one conversations with Leon Bailey for the purpose of clarity and understanding. Clearly the message was sent, the message was accepted by Leon Bailey because he's delivering. Again, 91 appearances in the Premier League for Aston Villa, 15 goals scored, 16 assists registered to his name. Saying that, continuing what I'm saying with regards to Leon Bailey there and Aston Villa, Unai Emery, clearly the right fit for him. I don't know if you guys have caught on, but Leon Bailey is regularly talked about by Aston Villa in terms of their socials. That is, he is from an outsider looking on. I'm not an Aston Villa fan, but I do have a pair of eyes. Clearly, he is. I'm not saying he's the face of the club, but he's one of the faces of the club. If you check their social media, he's regularly being posted, be it in training or pre-season. He's on the faces of their match day program and so on. So he is regularly plugged across Aston Villa's social media pages. So clearly they do rate him quite highly. Yes, it did take a while for him to get going. It did take a while for them to I guess you can say feel their money's worth from when they signed him from Bayer Leverkusen. But in terms of big names, when you think of Aston Villa right now, even for the people who are not Leon Bailey fans, when you think of big names for Aston Villa, taken in particularly last season performance where they're created history for themselves, going back to Champions League for the first time in a little over 4 decades. That's a monumental achievement. In terms of big names for the club, again, taking last season into consideration, you're thinking of Bailey. Again, you don't have to be a Bailey fan to admit he is one of the big names for Aston Villa. Of course, Ollie Watkins. From last season, you have Douglas Luiz. I believe he subsequently moved on to Juventus. And also Emi Martinez as well. Those names cannot be disputed in terms of the big names for Aston Villa. Let's kindly remind ourselves that Aston Villa is one of England's most successful clubs. They already have the Champions League in their back pocket. For some clubs, they can only dream of achieving the Champions League, winning the Champions League. So he is playing for a club that is rich in history and success of their own, and he has played an instrumental role Whether you guys want to debate that or not, you're free to do so. But I believe he's played an instrumental role in taking, helping to take Aston Villa back to the promised land. Again, he's not the only player that's done so. Of course, you know, Watkins, your Douglas Luiz, your Emi Martinez, they've all played a role in doing so. More importantly, they're done. Unai Emery has probably played the main and crucial, pivotal role of all of the names that I've mentioned. And even in terms of big game performances, can he do it? Absolutely, he can. And the reason why I say that he can is because he's shown that he can show up in big games. Don't want to wind up the Arsenal and the Manchester City fans, but he gave them a dent last season. The dent, the team that felt the dent the most is definitely Arsenal, because obviously they finished second up, runners up to Manchester City. But Manchester City, he managed to clip Manchester City's wing last season. Hopefully, he can do the same when he bucked them again this season. But in terms of can he show up in those big games? Yes, he can. I think now the question is consistency. Can you do it regularly? Yes, some will probably say that hasn't passed the test where Arsenal is concerned. Didn't manage to find the back of the net against Arsenal. I'm not sure if Villa and City have already played each other this season, but there are other big clubs there to think about. I don't know if you guys can hear me because my microphone wasn't connected, so I do apologize. Because I've been talking to you guys for over a hour now, and my microphone was not connected at all. That's the first time I've managed to do that, but I hope that you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. So yes, going back to Leon Bailey, in terms of can he show up in those big games? Yes, he can. He's already answered that question, and he's done it against the subsequent league winners and the league the runners up from for the Premier League season of last season's campaign. So he's already done it. Now it's a matter of those consistency. Can we see him do it again and again? Just basic questions that's asked of players when they are deemed the face of the club. So like your Bukayo Saka and your Marcus Rashford, your Cole Palmer, questions will be asked of these players. Can you show up in big games when it matters? Bailey, as I said, did that on a few occasions last season when called upon. Who knows this season and for the rest of his time career at Aston Villa, who knows, he might go on to doing more of the same. As I said, consistency is now the next question that he needs to answer, and I have faith that he will be able to deliver when called upon. They do have a game against Bayern Munich coming up. Let me just double check that. I'm sure they have a Champions League game against Bayern Munich coming up. Let's just double check that. Aston Villa Champions League. Yes, they're playing they're playing against Bayern Munich on Wednesday, and that is a 8 p.m. UK kickoff. So they're back in the big league again. Much of that is credited to Leon Bailey and the likes of your Ollie Watkins, your Douglas Luiz, and Emi Martinez as well. So it feels good to know that we have reggae boys playing at arguably the best league in the world, and they're making a name for themselves, and they're clipping these or registering these individual accolades that cannot be ignored. Definitely worth their praises here and there. See you guys in the comment section. Amari Hutchinson make up his mind yet? I have no idea if Amari Hutchinson has made up his mind. That's why I kind of smiled when I looked at his equalizer there for against Aston Villa for Ipswich. I was thinking, I don't know if you guys want me to even share this with you, but I decided to do so anyhow. My namesake Man U fans are all in denial and deep depression. Oh gosh, that is not from me, Man U fans. I am okay, Mr. Davis. She is in the sub. Why can't I see it? I don't know. Maybe I'm tired. So you're saying that she's in the starting 11. That is Den. Let's go back and look at that. Why can I not see it? Says that this game is going to be kicking off in Google has now removed that starting 11. I don't know. Maybe they gave us the wrong starting 11. I'll share my screen with you guys once more. So that's not the game that I'm searching for. That's the men. I'm looking for the women's team. Tell me they gave me the men's team earlier on. I feel like they gave me the men's team earlier on, guys. I can't see the starting 11. Let me go back and look at. Let me go back and look at something. I'm so confused. Let me go back and look at who are they playing. This is saying today. I think Google gave me the wrong. I think they might have given me the men's team, which is probably why sometimes women's football is a pain. Let's see if I can go back over onto their. Have they even posted their start? Ah, yes, she is in the starting 11. She is in, thank God. So yeah, she's Denden's in the starting 11, guys. See if I can get that up on screen for you all. When did they? Oh, so they put the starting 11 out some 28 minutes ago. I'm not sure why I now cannot see the starting 11 because I could before. So I'm not sure why Liga MX. Liga MX. They're playing games with me. So, okay, so that game has kicked off. Let's see if I can see Denden in the starting 11 now. They're giving me two different teams, but let's see if I can see her in the starting 11. Nah, that's not it. That is not what I'm searching for. That is not it. I think they're actually giving me the men's team. What the hell what is this? This is the men's team. I don't want to see the men's team. That's why I was confused. Okay, so it's just typical women's football problems. You can't see the starting 11, but trust me, she is in the starting 11 against Santos. So before they were actually, although I was requesting the women's team, they were giving me the men's team. For some reason, they were giving me the men's team. So my apologies. Sorry to confuse you all. That was definitely not my intention. That game is actually, has it kicked off? Yeah, that game kicked off some 2 minutes ago. I hope they've hit the like button because I am absolutely knackered. My eyes hurt. It's the first time I've done a live stream in weeks where my eyes are actually in pain. Mr. Devon Porter, good day to yourself. Good day to yourself. It is definitely called Liga MX because I've been covering it for a while. So it is Liga MX. Of course, I'm looking at the women's version of Liga MX, but it is called Liga MX. Bless up to yourself. Let's hope Leon can give us something in the next window. I hope so too. How do Humber Lions game finish? How did the Humber Lions game finish? I think CC Sports is about. I was wondering where is CC? Pick up yourself, CC. Oh, CC Sport. I am so tired. I didn't even realize it was you. I just read the comment. I didn't even realize it was you, CC Sports. I am so sorry. My eyelids hurt. I have no idea if he's made his mind up. If you guys aren't familiar to CC Sports Lab, do go ahead and make yourselves comfortable and subscribe to his channel where he covers the reggae boys. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring you all in the comment section. Owen, Lee Young, big up yourself there, guys. Tiredness is taking over. I do apologize though. I am so I am so tired. My eyes are hurting. Oh my god. My eyes hurt, guys. Pick up yourself, Anna. I hope you're in good health. I hope that you are in good health. Thanks what you do. So yes, guys,
that game there where Den Blackwood is concerned. That's on the screen right in front of you. So you can go ahead and try and watch that one. As I said, Chinelu Ashes team, they're playing they are playing on Tuesday. It says tomorrow because I'm already into my Monday morning. So you can probably catch that one in your own time. Okay. I don't know if you guys want me to touch on anything else, but I am struggling. I'm definitely struggling. My eyes hurt. I'm super, super tired, guys. So I don't know if you guys want me to touch on anything else. But as with last night, placed the league firmly at the feet of Michael Antonio and did so tonight with Leon Bailey because he deserves it. Blessed Sunday. No fun, but pick up yourself, Wayne. I hope you are well. Hope you are in good health. And to those of you who are silently watching, I hope you are in good health as well. Don't be a stranger with the comment section. Do go ahead and get friendly. So I've touched on a couple leagues there where the Reggae Girls are concerned for their respective leagues. To backtrack, we've spoken about the WSL. We've spoken about the Scottish Women's Premier League, the Barclays Women's Championship in England. What else did we touch on? We touched on the NWSL. We also touched on Liga MX. We also touched on Liga F as well, top tier of women's football in Spain. We touched on the WE League, that is top tier of women's football in Japan, where Sampson is concerned. We also touched on some Super League stuff with Fenerbahce and Plummer. National Women's Championship where Benfica is concerned. We touched on a lot, guys. I'm trying to remember things off the top of my head, but we definitely covered a lot tonight where those Reggae Girls are concerned for their respective leagues. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've definitely enjoyed speaking with you guys as always. And obviously we also touched on a couple of the Reggae Boy stuff as well. But yeah, tiredness is getting the better of me tonight. Definitely. I don't know. How are you guys watching that Unam game there where Den Blackwood's concerned? Share that info with me. Some Liga MX stuff. Share that info with me, guys. I think we've got 2 Tottenham fans in the comment section, guys. Definitely got it's 2 more than usual. We only ever have like 1 every now and then. Got 2 Tottenham fans. So you guys aren't going to be watching that game. You're not going to be watching Den Blackwood's match, I take it, because you guys are silent. I've been speaking with you guys for well over an hour, almost 1 hour and 30 minutes. I am starving. I know it is quite late. I'm gonna go and stuff my face in a bit. I am going to go and stuff my face in a bit, guys. Let me know. I'll give you guys maybe 1 more minute. Throw some questions at me. If you've got any questions, throw some questions at me. If not, I will be loving and leaving you shortly. I will have to love and leave you guys in a quick while. Let's see. What else do I have to talk about with you guys? I think we've touched on everything for tonight. Um, mm, say Rasta Gill, lovely, lovely, lovely name. I like that name. Crystal, big up for your reporting on Reggae Ballers action out of England. Thank you. Out there would be a higher volume of report.
it's exhausting, but I'm glad that at least someone is appreciative, because as I said, for some reason tonight I am extremely tired. My eyes hurt. I would have put my glasses on by now, but I'm coming to the end of my live stream. But yeah, it's nice to see that you guys are appreciative of the content. It does take a while to put these content together. So I am always happy that you guys are appreciative. Will the girls get back their A team in the comment? Mr. Evans, where have you been? They've got their A team. The regular girls, I'm assuming, right? You're referring to the senior girls, the regular, the regular senior girls. So like the team from the World Cup, is that who you're referring to? Is that who you're referencing? If that's the case, yes. Yeah, they're back together. They've got a game coming up against France. I don't know if you guys are going to be watching that one, but they do have a game coming up against France. To round off the year, they're also going to be playing against South Africa. So they have a game against France on the 25th of October in France. And to round off the year, they have 2 games against South Africa, one on the 29th and the other on the 2nd of December. Those 2 games there against South Africa, to be confirmed, but is expected to be played in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I'm sure the Jamaica Football Federation will keep you guys in the loop. Yes, and works. That's okay. That is okay. That's what I'm here for. Bailey's over ice. That is something nice. Jamie Vardy isn't the only one who knows how to have a party. I hope that you guys are all in good health. If you are out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and well, because walking through your doors is an underrated blessing. If you haven't touched the like button already, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? It doesn't cost you a penny. Do go ahead and kindly touch that like button for me. It is greatly appreciated. This live stream has actually gone well over my estimated time. I was going to keep it to 1 hour tops, but I've had to pause a little bit to see if I can find some necessary information to share with you guys. Cool JFF, don't mess up. I hope not. I hope I am right with what I think of the new, I can't say new JFF, maybe improved JFF. I hope I'm right with what I see of them, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I will bare minimum give credit where credit is due. I think they've done some positive things in the last couple of weeks across the board, mainly where the men's team is concerned. And as I've said, I hope we can see a spillover what they've done with the reggae boys. I hope that spills over into the reggae girls camp. But only time will tell. I will say credit to them for putting these 3 fixtures there in our calendar. Top game in store against France. I'm sure that one's going to be a good show out for our reggae girls. And I'm sure, you know, Wayne was asking about the senior team, expecting to see the regular faces there for the match against France. Was considering going to this game in person, but I don't know if I will. Only because if I do, then I won't be able to live stream for you guys. So that's like the one thing that's stopping me from going. I wouldn't be able to give you guys the necessary live stream. So I might not go. I don't know yet, but I'm feeling to not go. I think that's that, right? You guys done with me? Are we done? Are we done in the comment section, guys? I think we're done. I think we are done. Let's see. Actually, I'll do that when I'm finished. Let me just double check one last thing. Coming up to almost 11:30. As I said to you guys, I am starving. Good to see a couple of the familiar faces there, and some faces that I haven't seen in God knows how long. Be it in person or in the comment section. It's always nice to see you guys around. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the channel. Your support does not go unnoticed. It is greatly appreciated. Sorry for the stop and start tonight. I'm going to let this one run off to 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then I'm going to close off. All right. So Paul, Conroy, Taja, RR, Warren, IT Push, Derek, Positive Vibration Radio, Owen, Jammac Rentals, Lee Young, Rohan Davis, a pimp named Slickback, Warren Webster, Conrad Smith, CC Sports, Devin Porter, Midnight Cowboy, Anna, Wayne, Rasta Girl, big up yourself, you guys there in the comment section. I have to give that another spin and give you guys your individual big ups. Thank you for engaging with my comment section. Yeah, I love you guys for that. Thank you so much. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow because I don't just want to come and give you guys content for content's sake. I might see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna just double check something. Hmm. Okay, all right. I'm going to have to love you and leave you now. I am tired and I am also hungry. I'm going to go and stuff my face. So yes, judge me if you want. It is almost 1:30 in the morning and I'm going to go and eat. Judge away. I hope that you guys have a smashing new week. Smash those goals out the park. If I don't see you during the week, no problem. Stay safe, get home safe. And you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.